Ita Bhikkhave, Bhikkhu Arinya Katowa, Rukhamula Katowa, Sunyagara Katowa, Nisidati Palinga Abu Jaitwa, Ujongkayam Panidaya, Parimukha Sate Upatapedwa. And bhikkhus, how does a bhikkhu dwell contemplating the body in the body? And Buddha said, bhikkhus, here now, a bhikkhu having gone to the forest, to the foot of a tree, to a secluded place, sits down cross-legged, keeps his upper body erect, and directs his mindfulness to the object of his meditation. Ever mindful, he breathes in. Ever mindful, he breathes out. So with the words, having gone to the forest, to the foot of the tree, to a secluded place, Buddha indicated suitable places for meditation. The first is the Aranya forest, meaning any kinds of forest that offers the bliss of seclusion. Since the place must be secluded, it should be a forest where nobody lives, away from the sounds and noises of people living in the village, towns or cities. In some texts, a forest is defined as a place about 500 bow lengths away from human habitation. One bow length is equivalent to 6 feet, so it means about 3,000 feet away from any human habitation. When a place is that far away from people, you can find seclusion there. But these days, it is difficult to find a secluded place. Even in a forest, you may stay here, the noise of airplanes. And then Rokamula Katowa. Second place mentioned in the Sutta is the foot of a tree, Rokamula. The foot of any tree is suitable place for meditation, but it should be in as quiet a place as a forest. And the third place is just a secluded place. Sunyagara, secluded place. It may be in a city or in a village, but has to be secluded. With regard to these places, seclusion is the most important condition. So any place that offers seclusion is a suitable place for your meditation. In other sutta, traditional lists of secluded places are given: a forest, a root of a tree, a rock, a hill cleft, a mountain cave, a chana ground or cemetery, a jungle thicket, open space, and a heap of straw. With reference, with reference to these lists, the last seven places, beginning with the rock, are also to be taken as Sonyagara, secluded places. These places are mentioned because they are most suitable for beginners who need a place that is both quiet and free from distraction. A meditation center or retreat center may provide a secluded environment for practice for those meditators who have experience and whose concentration has matured to some extent. Any place is the right place for your meditation. And Visuddhimagga has an interesting information on the time, humor, and temperaments regarding the place for meditation. In the hot season, the forest is favorable. In the cold season, the root of a tree. In the rainy season, an empty place is suitable for the person of phlegmatic humor, phlegmatic by nature. The forest is favorable for one of bilious humor, the root of a tree. For one of windy humor, an empty place. And for the person of diluted temperament, the forest is suitable for one of hating temperament, the root of a tree, and for one of greedy temperament, an empty place is suitable. So Buddha said, Nisitati palinga abujitva ujongaya banidaya. Meditator sit down cross-legged, keeps his upper body erect, and directs his mindfulness to the object of his meditation. With these words, Buddha showed how you should prepare yourself for meditation and what posture you should select. Buddha mentioned the traditional postures of sitting cross-legged. People in the East are accustomed to sitting on the floor, so sitting cross-legged comes naturally to them. They have no difficulty sitting in these postures. It is a very good posture for meditation, and it is a peaceful one, neither conducive to idleness nor to agitation. And there are three different forms of sitting cross-legged. The first one is the full lotus postures. It is most difficult to maintain. When you have no practice, you cannot sit in these postures for a long time. When your legs are intertwined, you will feel pain after you have sat in these postures for a few minutes. Second postures is the half lotus postures. You put one leg on top of the other, but they are not intertwined. You can sit longer in these postures, however, you will still feel some kinds of pressure and your feet will get numb after some minutes. And the third is the easy posture. In these postures, you sit with one leg in front of and not on the other. Most people sit this way. These postures may be the best for beginners since it is the most comfortable one. Beginners will be able to sit in these postures for a longer period of time without much discomfort. Some people find it very painful to sit cross-legged, so painful that it interferes with their practice of meditation. Such people may sit on a cushion, a chair, or a bench since some degrees of comfort is necessary for your practice of meditation. Though there should not be too much comfort, some is necessary to continue with the practice of meditation. Ujjongaya Panidaya, Buddha said, he keeps his upper body erect. That means you keep your body straight when you sit cross-legged. When you sit straight, your spine is also straight. When your spine is straight, the 18 vertebrae in the spine are resting one on top of the other. When you sit straight, your muscle, sinew, skin, and flesh are not twisted, so painful feelings do not so readily arise. So your mind can become unified in meditation, and instead of collapsing when the pain increases, can attend to the growth of your mindfulness. Sitting cross-legged and keeping your upper body erect is therefore a very suitable posture that is conducive to your concentration. Parimukha sate upatapetva sa satawa asasati satawa pasasati Diganwa asasando, digan asasamiti pajanati, diganwa pasasando, digan pasasamiti pajanati. Buddha said, he directs his mindfulness to the object of meditation. That means practitioner focus their mind on the object of meditation. Here, the object of meditation will be the breath. So you set your mind, that is, you focus on the incoming and outgoing breath. Ever mindful, he breathes in. Ever mindful, he breathes out. Here, ever is the translations of the Pali words eva. Although the second word sato has no eva in the text, it should be brought in so that the translation should be ever mindful. He breathes in, ever mindful, he breathes out. That is from Visuddhimagga sub-commentary. This explains the practice of your meditation. When you practice meditation, you keep your mind on the breath. You breathe in and you breathe out mindfully. Actually, you put your mind at the entrance of your nostril and observe the breath as in, out, and so on. Your mind must stay at the tip of your nose. It must not follow the breath. Your mind must stay at the tip of your nose. So you must try to see the in-breath and out-breath as two separate things. The in-breath is not existing at the time of breathing out, and the out-breath is not existing at the time of breathing in. When you practice breathing meditation, you can observe your breath in many different ways. Four of these ways are shown in this Maha-Satipatthana Sutta. Digama asasando, diga asasamiti pajanati. Breathing in the long breath, he knows. I am breathing in long breath. Breathing out a long breath, he knows I am breathing out long breath. You are like a tiger waiting for the prey. You are watching. During the course of observing your breath, meditators sometimes happen to breathe long breaths. The meditator should know, I am breathing in long. That means you do not fail to notice it. When you pay sufficient attention to the breath, it does not mean that you should intentionally breathe long in order to know that you are breathing long. Here, to know means to know thoroughly and not superficially. And Buddha said, Rasawa asasando rasa asasamiti pajanati. Breathing in the short breath, he knows I am breathing in a short breath. Breathing out a short breath, he knows I am breathing out a short breath. Sometimes meditators happen to breathe short breaths. At such a time, you know thoroughly that you are breathing short breaths. You do not fail to notice as they are doing so. Here also it must be understood that you should not intentionally make your breath short. You should just know that you are breathing short breaths. Sabakaya Padisamvedi Asasesamiti Sekati, Buddha said, making clear the entire in-breath body. I shall breathe in. Thus, he makes effort, making clear entire out-breath body. I shall breathe out. Thus, he make efforts. When you observe your breath, you must try to see all the breaths clearly. Patisamvedi, making clear. Making clear means making the breaths known, making them plain, try to see them vividly. In the original Pali text, the word for the entire in-breath body is sampakaya, which literally means the entire body. But kaya or body here does not mean the entire physical body. It means the breath body. The Pali words kaya can mean the physical body as well as a group. It is similar to when you talk about a body of members. Here it means not the entire physical body, but just the breath. And entire here means the beginning, the middle, and the end. So, meditator must try to see thoroughly the beginning, the middle, and the end of each breath. And also you must not forget that this section is on mindfulness of breathing, anapanabhava, so that the object of this meditation must be the breathing and not the entire physical body. And the path of purification is explained like this. He traced us. I shall breathe in, making known, making plain, the beginning, the middle, and end of the entire in-breath body. I shall breathe out, making known, making plain the beginning, the middle, and the end of the entire out-breath body. Thus he trains himself, making the breaths known, making them plain. In this way, he both breathes and breathes out with consciousness associated with knowledge. So you must have noticed the future tense in this passage, asasasami, that is future tense. It is to show that in the previous observation of your breath, you did not need so much knowledge, you did not need so much effort to distinguish the long from the short breaths. But from here on, you must make effort to gain knowledge, to see the breaths clearly and thoroughly. That is why the future tense is used here and in the following passages. It does not mean that meditators should breathe more vigorously so that the breathing may become clear to them. Their concentration and knowledge or understanding are said to be deep and thorough only when they can perceive the beginning, the middle, and end of each breath clearly. When you see the breaths clearly because you breathe more vigorously, that means you see the breath clearly, not because of your concentration and knowledge, but because of the grossness of the object. So, meditators should not breathe more vigorously just to see your breath more clearly. When you do so, when you do vigorously, you will tire yourself out in a short time. So, breathing should be normal. When you practice these kinds of meditation, you should try to put forth effort and gain knowledge in order to see all in-breaths and out-breaths clearly while you breathe normally. How many things do you need in order to see your breath clearly? How many factors are involved in each act of clear observation? You need effort, you need mindfulness, concentration, and understanding. And Buddha says, Pasambayang kaya singara asasasamiti sekati pasambayang kaya singara pasasasamiti sekati. Coming the gross in breath, I shall breathe in. Thus he makes efforts. Coming the gross out breath, I shall breathe out. Thus he makes effort. In this passage, the breath is called body conditioned things. Pali words for body conditioned things is kaya sinkhara. Pasambayang kaya sinkharan, kaya sinkhara. Kaya means body and sinkhara means conditioned. So it means things conditioned by the body. So it is said that your breath is caused by your consciousness, your breath is caused by your mind, but when you have no body, there cannot be any breath. So although it is caused by your breath is caused by your mind, the breath depends on your body for its arising. That is for its appearance. So it is called, your breath is called kaya sinkhara. This is conditioned by the body. Sankhara is a difficult word in the Pali language. It can mean many things depending on the context. Sometimes it means volition, chetana, which we call karma. In the teaching of dependent origination, paticca samuppada, sankhara means just this. Sometimes it means 50 mental factors headed by volition as a sankhara kanda, the aggregates of sankhara. Sometimes sankhara means everything in the world, everything that is conditioned. For example, when you say all sankhara are a nature, all sankhara are impermanent, all conditioned phenomena are impermanent. Sometimes it means encouraging or prompting, as in the Abhidhamma term asinkarika. Here it has the meaning of conditioning. So, kaya sinkhara here means the breath that is conditioned by the body. So what is meant here by the term is just the breath. Here it should be taken as the gross breath because it is to be calmed down. The expression calming down, calming the gross in breath should not be taken to mean that meditator should intentionally calm down, suppress and stay your breath. What is meant is that when the breath becomes very subtle, you must try hard. You must pay attention. You must apply more effort to discern it. The breath is not like the other objects of meditation, which become clearer and clearer with the increase in concentration and understanding. When you progress further and further, the objects, for example, kasina, objects, and other meditation objects become clearer and clearer in their mind. It is not the same with the breath, which becomes subtler and more difficult to perceive according to your progress. So when you are not meditating, your mind and body are not restful, not still. Your breath, which depend on the condition of your mind and body, will then arise in gross form. But when you continue to meditate, your mind and body become rested and tranquil, and the breath becomes subtle. The more you progress towards the achievement of concentration, the subtler your breath becomes. So much so that you have to investigate whether they exist or not. They may become so subtle that at one point you will doubt whether they are there at all. Since you do not find anything to perceive, you may think the breath is simply lost. At such a time, you need to know you are not dead, you have not drowned, you are still alive, but you cannot perceive the breath because they are too subtle and your concentration and understanding are not keen and developed enough. So you should encourage yourself. You should say to yourself, I am not dead, I am not drowned, I am still alive, but I cannot perceive the breaths because they are too subtle and my concentration and understanding are not keen and developed enough. So I must develop them more. I must pay more attention to the meditation object. I must try to perceive these subtle breaths. You should encourage yourself. So when you continue with your efforts and gain more understanding, you will be able to perceive the breaths, however subtle they may be. When in the course of meditation, the breaths become imperceptible, becomes unnoticeable, do not give up your meditation. You must encourage and exert yourself to perceive the subtle breaths until they become clear to you again. That is what is meant by calming the gross in breaths. You must increase your effort. In the Sutta, Buddha has shown 4 ways of breathing meditation. When you practice meditation, you should perceive fully the long breaths, the short breaths, the duration of the breaths, and the subtle, almost imperceptible breaths. So you have now 4 ways of breathing mindfully. First, when breathing in with a long breath, you must know that you are breathing in with a long breath Second, you must note when you are breathing out with a long breath. Third, you note when you are breathing in with a short breath. Fourth, you note when you are breathing out when a short breath. So these are the four rules of breathing mindfully. Buddha gave a simile so that a practitioner could understand this teaching more clearly when he said, Dekho bama karawa bama karante siwa. Karante wa siwa digawa inchando, etc. As a skillful operator as of a lathe or his apprentice are making a long turn, making a long turn means when making something big like a drum, operators have to make a long turn on the lathe. When making a short turn means when making something small such as ivory needles, operators have to make short turns on the lathe. Making these turns, practitioner should aware of what turn is being made. So we will continue tomorrow. Buddha gave this simile so that you could understand this teaching more clearly. By practicing Kaya Nupassana, contemplations of the body, Vijnananupassana, contemplations of the feeling, Chaitanya-nupassana, contemplations of consciousness, Dhamma-nupassana, contemplation of the Dhamma, by noting rising, falling, sitting, stretching, bending, seeing, hearing continuously and meticulously. May all yogis be liberated from all suffering. May all yogis realize the real peace in the very near future.